Hey guys, welcome back to another episode at Burns Valley. Hope you all had a great weekend. It was certainly hot. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Hope you guys had a great day. It was certainly a warm one today. My car said 93 degrees. I also heard on the radio that Twin Cities and St. Cloud also broke records today. I think the record was 89 degrees back in like 1924, I believe, and today they cracked 92 degrees, so certainly a hot one. But a major weather pattern change is unfolding for the next upcoming weekend, guys. This Thursday actually will be a pretty big storm system coming in, and that will change the entire weather pattern. So right now we have a huge high pressure system sitting over like the Tennessee Valley, and that is what's creating all this heat. And I like to call it the heat dome. No storms fire, there is no moisture, it is just hot and dry. So that is what you all have been experiencing for the last week and a half, depending where you've been, but that's all about the change. So as you can see behind me, this is the Climate Prediction Center. They've issued this 6 to 10 day abnormal temperatures for Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, pretty much a good chunk of the upper Midwest and the northern high plains. So that's about a 50 to 60% probability of abnormally low temperatures. So I think the average temperature for May is 75, 80, I think. So, average or below average could be 50s, 40s. I know some of the models were showing lows in the upper 30s, maybe even some frost in upper Minnesota. So, we will scroll ahead to the 8 to 14 day forecast by the Climate Prediction Center. And as you can see, that cold trend continues to go to the end of May, from the middle to the end. So this is actually from May 19th to the May 25th. So we will jump down to the precipitation. As you can see here, we've been super dry, guys. Like I said, no rain at all. That's all about to change. As you can see, a very good large portion of the United States is about to churn abnormally higher precipitation amounts for May. So I'm not really quite sure what the average is for precip across all those states. Let me pull up my notebook here real quick. I'm just kidding. So it'll definitely be turning more active, guys, more stormy, more rain. As you can see here, even for the middle to the end of May, it still paints a nice little bullseye over this area, over Illinois, Tennessee, Missouri, Arkansas, that good area. So we'll actually jump over to models. This episode, I think I'll just mainly be sticking with the GFS, even though it has not been very accurate. That's probably not what you guys want to hear. Why would this guy be showing GFS if it isn't accurate? Well, it just gives me another time to make another video and be like, well, it changed, guys. So this is the GFS. Most current model run was 6 p.m. So let me back up here, getting a good view. So this is the 850 millibar temperature anomaly. So guys, this pretty much states almost the surface temperatures, a little bit higher up in the atmosphere, not too high up. But so red, the darker red means obviously very warm temperatures, very abnormally high temps, and then the blues and the dark purples is obviously below temperature, or below that average temp. So this is obviously Sunday night. This is today, guys. As you can see, that heat just continuing to build. This is going into Monday. Tuesday, as you can see, that ridge of nice warm dry air is lifting up into Canada. As you can see, the high pressure system's right here over my mouse, right over the Ohio Valley, and that heat just continues to get pushed up. See, now this is going into Wednesday, and then Thursday is the really big kicker, guys. You can see this big low pressure system setting up over the North Dakota, Minnesota, I think it's Manitoba up there, forgive me if I'm wrong, but very large low pressure system, guys. So the Gulf of America will be shoveling that moisture upward, northward, forgive me, and then combining with that cooler dry air on the backside will produce some very strong to severe storms, guys. Could be a outbreak. More or less right now with the model runs, it's more or less looking like a line of storms. So destructive winds, large hail, maybe embedded tornadoes. depending where the low pressure system sets up. But if the 500 millibars or if the trough decides to eject, it's a little more perpendicular or offset from the front. We could have more of a discrete supercell thing. Forgive me for that. Dogs go crazy. They're like my little guardian angels, you know. They just disperse. What did I hear? So, sorry about that. So Thursday's big storm will set off, like I said, a very active changing pattern. As you can see, that much below average temps start coming in from Canada following that low pressure system. This is for Saturday night. As you can see, that cooler air hangs around, as you can see, in the Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota area. And then this sets up for another severe weather event going into Sunday and Monday. As you can see here, another very large low pressure system for next Monday, not this Monday, guys, the following Monday, the 19th. So we got to keep an eye on this weekend, the following weekend. It's going to be very active, guys. So this is that Monday. As you can see here, very warm, moist air on the east side of it, setting up over Minnesota, Wisconsin, and then that cooler, dry air over the South Dakota, North Dakota area. So right where those areas clash, guys, that's where you'll have all the storms. So, and then as that storm passes through, you see that big blob of cool air will be pretty much hugging the Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan area, guys. Be very cool. Might even feel like fall. We'll be definitely bring back sweatshirt weather. That is for sure, and I'm all about that. But it also sets up the stage again for that following weekend, the 24th, that Saturday. Another low pressure system, so another storm, guys, setting up that weekend as well. So that's 3 storms in the next 10 to 15 days, guys. So it's definitely going to get bumpy. I definitely start to pay attention. We're starting to get into peak season, guys. Peak season, I think, is June 14th for Minnesota. So we're about, just about a month away from peak season. So things will start to get ramped up here. We'll actually take a look at the dew points. This week it'll start to get muggy, guys. Now last week it was hot and dry, which is manageable. But this week it'll start to get hot and muggy, and that's where it's not fun. So the humidity really starts to roll in on Tuesday night, and then into Wednesday as that low pressure system ejects off the Rockies, guys. Those dew points, rich, higher, muggy dew points will start to make their way up north into Minnesota. So this is for Thursday morning. That's about a 63 dew point in Minnesota. So that's like you step outside and you're like, all right, it's starting to get gross out. You can feel it. But as that low pressure system, that big storm system rolls in, guys, this is Thursday. It'll obviously fire off a bunch of storms, and then it'll start to get dry and cool on the backside of that. So this is for Friday morning. Look at that. There is no humidity in Minnesota at all. Temperatures actually Friday morning, I think, what's this, Thursday, highs will be in the 70s. So it won't be as hot Thursday. But then definitely Friday morning, you'll definitely feel that cool, dry air. It'll be 46 degrees, guys, compared to the 92 degrees it was today. So that is Friday morning. So, and then we'll roll through the weekend just for all you fishermen and people like to enjoy your weekends. This is for Saturday. Highs Saturday, for central Minnesota, 60 degrees. Much better than 90s. Even up north to like Lake of the Woods, 36 degrees, guys, for May. Absolutely ridiculous. So definitely feeling the cold up there. Freezing temperatures up into Canada. We roll through Sunday because I know there was, look at that. Sunday morning for all you guys up north. Definitely bring in some plants. What is that? Probably like the Mille Lacs area, Brainerd, the Motley area. What is that? Thief River Falls, Alexandria area, Fargo, all up there. I bring your plants inside. So, but you do have to take the GFS with a grain of salt. It really likes to amplify the temperatures. So I would give this a 5-degree temp swing. So it could be 33 degrees instead of 27. But I would definitely count Sunday, definitely be a freeze or a frost warning for sure for a good chunk of Minnesota. But like I said, it'll quickly warm up again as that low pressure system comes in on Monday. And then depending where that warm front sets up, guys, it could be 70 degrees down here in southwestern Minnesota. And then you just go north of that warm front, 43 degrees. So definitely a crazy change of pace compared to the last week and a half, guys. And look at that. Those temps just hover in the 40s and 60s. And it kind of looks like the heat stays away for a while. And we kind of cool off for a good majority of the rest of May. I do want to look at one last thing here. People, always ask when the next time we're going to get some rain. So that looks to be that system with this Thursday. Looks like the storms look to be earlier in the morning, not as severe. Definitely maybe some good lightning. And then as we get through that other storm, as you can see, not really much for southern Minnesota for the next, 15 days or so. I mean, that's a good inch, almost 2 inches, inch and a half. But then definitely northern Minnesota will definitely get more of that moisture, that 2 to 3, almost 4-inch rain. So depending where the salt sets up, guys, again, take it with a grain of salt. This is the GFS. It will change by midnight, but that just gives me more reason to make another video and be like, well, this is what happened, guys. It changed. We're not going to get shit now. So that being said, guys, I hope you have a great start to your week. Try to enjoy these last few days of hot. I know it sucks, but just look forward to Thursday, Friday, and definitely the weekends. It'll be cool. It's going to be sweatshirt weather. It's going to be perfect fishing weather. It's going to be perfect open the window weather. I mean, come on. We'll make this week go by just fine. So I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, comment, share, leave any sort of feedback. I really appreciate it. It helps me grow as myself. So have a great rest of your day. Come on, you fucking bitch.